So in its entirety, tonight's news report is all about Friday's people in Friday's restaurants serving Friday's food.
Yeah!
Right. Oh, what? Count of three. Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Come on. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ain't no rabbit that's so fly. Come on the line, watch me fry. Let it die. Get it out the window, it's what we try. Get living rights is what we pray. Separate stop of the ones that grey.
I don't rap about drive-bys and guns.
I rap about burgers and buns.
We got four stones and gilded foam.
This guy's a bit
It's far too long. With a new slice and dicer, the food is much nicer.
People will recognise what we do on Friday's people serving Friday's food.
Got to about the same point as the
Burgers and buns. Food.
Steve said
They want some food and entertainment.
They go from miles to see our cheesy smile.
They like our service and attention. Right now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know what I've been told. My service is getting on.
He tried. You guys tried. You win. You guys win.
something like that.
Right in front of us.
Well, they sound better with they outnumber us big time.
What can I say? What can I say?
Yes, my friend.
We got nothing but we got the prize. Okay.
Brilliant, well done, guys.
Next way to kill yourself with the
Do you know what?
Guys!
Every single one of those groups are fantastic.
Oh,
The thing it
come on,
does
we
to me as well, it tells me that you've all got the message though. You've all got the message, you've had the Fridays food, Fridays people. It's absolutely fantastic, you put some fun into it. You was all there. I know I had to maybe push Rob because he was going to, I think he hid behind there for a couple of seconds. But you was there, and I think that's part of it. It's like, it's part of the Fish Tales one. It's about being there, it's actually being present and actually like having fun and making it happen. It's brilliant. Now guys, what we're going to do is we're going to have a break, 10 minutes, and then...
Got one of them round the head, so they got away with it. But I was laying down my expectations for the year, really. So, if you could just bear with me, I want probably about 10-15 minutes with you, something like that. I'll try not to waffle too much, but I do have an ability to waffle. Just to introduce myself, my name's Kane Sabatzi. I'll tell you what I've told everyone up to now. I'm 34 years of age. My mum is Irish, my dad's Italian, which makes me pretty complicated, really. Interesting fact, actually, my family in Italy come from the same town where Karina's family come from in Italy, which is even more interesting.
Small world, eh?
I absolutely love Man United. I was sat there then thinking to myself, there won't be many people from Liverpool or near Liverpool singing "We Are the Champions" this year. I've also got a soft spot for Everton. It's just,
You got room for the underdogs.
it's just Liverpool that just get me, and I started to, when I was driving over here, my eyes started to, as you can see that minging church. So, sorry about that, but you guys aren't Scousers.
I find bleach helps with that.
So I've set everything up nicely now.
Say bully bucks.
So listen, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what Ernie Stripes means to me, and what I want to do, I want to paint two pictures almost without painting a picture. I want to paint a picture of the Cheshire Oaks of old, and I want to paint a picture of Cheshire Oaks of new. First of all, before I do that, the reason why we're doing Ernie Stripes is because we've talked to our guests and out throughout the company, and all our guests have said we want the stripes back. We want these pins back, we want the stripes back. That's the passion, that's the energy that comes with Fridays. And listening to what you guys were doing then, and I said it to the manager when you went out, when we were talking about fish and stuff like that, you will spend 2/3 of your life working. 2/3 of your life working. And I have a little thing for myself that any time that I go to work and I think I don't want to be there, I just won't be there. Because you only get one shot on this planet, as I'm sure we all know, and you might as well do something that you really, really want to do. Them guys, obviously, in that fish video, do what they really want to do. And when our guests talk about TGI Fridays, and they compare us to our competitors, they ain't a competitor out there to touch us when we're on form. But when we're not on form, guess what? We're atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So,
Bad as Mackey's.
as bad as what?
As bad as Mackey's.
What's Mackey's?
McDonald's.
Oh yeah, McDonald's. So going back 10 years ago, or I think it was opened in 1999, November 1999, Cheshire Oaks. Because I used to be a dub door host, broiler guy, fry guy, every station of work really on Fridays. I remember having been sent over here, I think it was about a year after it opened, and the place had crashed and burned. It absolutely crashed and burned. I think the general manager was up to whatever he was up to. You know, the management team were up to whatever they were up to. The team members were just looking for guidance. But the place was dirty. The attitude towards the guests was horrific. It was, if guests came in the building, it was almost like that to the guests. You know, there was theft going on all over the place. And the kitchen was minging. And I thought to myself, how can this place get so bad? It's only been open a year. You know, and already we've got like a crap team of people going to rescue it. That was, what, 10, 11 years? Well, 10 years ago now, actually. I don't know who's here from the opening. You were here from the opening? Kelly? You were here from the opening?
Not long after.
Anyone else here from the opening?
Yeah.
Cafe from the opening. And obviously, I'm not saying there's anything to do with you guys, but it was really, really bad. And obviously then the store started to progress. There was different managers came on board. You know, I used to work over in Mantland as a manager, and then I became a general manager. And I always used to hear these stories about this team from Cheshire Oaks, these people from Cheshire Oaks who wanted to run the business themselves, and they made a point, and every time a manager came on board, they'd get that manager sacked, all this type of carry on. I used to think to myself, God, I wish I had an opportunity to go over there and lead it, because I used to bump into people like Kelly and Nearly and Stokesy, and I never really had a problem with these guys. Never said any cross words with them or anything like that. I used to think to myself, them lot are alright, they can do the job, but there was an inconsistency around the management team. You know, there's managers coming and going. There was some numpties who came on board as managers. There was also some managers who were good managers who were bullied out of the building by some of the team members that were in place as well. I don't think we can ever ignore that. But when I stopped being a general manager 2 years ago and became a DO, which I said it to the guys yesterday, I've got this fancy title, yet I was expelled from 2 schools. It just makes me really, really laugh. But I made myself a little promise really, and that promise was to get all the stores like Cheshire Oaks and Glasgow, these stores that have got these horrendous reputations, and give the team members some stability. And how I did that, from my point of view with Cheshire Oaks, was give you a management team, which I actually think, pound for pound, across the business, I think you've probably got one of the best management teams there is. I think you've probably got one of the best general managers there is. Even though we like to take the mick out of him and stuff like that, the passion and the leadership in this management team is second to none. So the bad old days were all about, you know, the guests not getting the right experience, because that's why we're here at the end of the day. You know, food coming out and it was horrendous, you know, managers being in the wrong places, team members not getting taken care of, no recognition for the team members, you know, no one being able to feedback, and you guys not being managed properly. You know, that was years ago. Obviously Jane came on board, and Jane's remit was, you know, to come in and try and give you guys some leadership, which I think she planted the seeds to do that, to be honest with you. She, you know, she's a strong lady, and she came in and she was like a little bull and all this type of stuff. I think she showed you guys, because obviously there was a new bunch of team members, she showed you guys what it could be like. During that process though, she also helped people who weren't right for the business walk out the door and do something differently. Because, you know, one of my frustrations used to be, when I was a dub bartender or whatever it was, how dare someone stand next to me in that restaurant when I'm giving damned hard service, not know the product, not give a damn, rob, so much so that I used to get the pressure for that, and basically give bad guest experience, because of the fact that what happened was, is that when you get a restaurant like that, people stop coming in the door. And that affects the team, it affects the guests, it affects everyone really when you think about it. So this new management team came on board. In my opinion, you guys started to see the potential of the restaurant. And I still think we've got a long way to go. But let me paint a picture of my opinion of the new Cheshire Oaks. My opinion of the new Cheshire Oaks is that we've got people who've been in the business for a while who are absolute leaders. Absolute leaders. We've got new people who've been in the business at 5 minutes who know what they're doing and generally give a damn and do the right things. The restaurant, every time I come to the restaurant, is gleaming. Every time I come to the restaurant, you know, whether it be unannounced or announced, it's the right place. Every time I look on Fridays, you either see John with his bloody Doctor Who stuff, or I see you lot in fancy dress, you know, doing what you're doing. It's fun. It's, you know, it's the right place. You're there, you know, with your guests, and more importantly, 9 times out of 10 you choose your attitudes. 10 times out of 10 you choose the right attitude. And you know what? It's not perfect all the time. But as I said to the guys in Sale yesterday, TGI Fridays, whether you're 19, 17, 18, 40, 50, it's a family. It really is a family, and it's more than a job. You know, I'm sure when things go wrong for someone and someone loses a loved one, people crowd round that person. I'm sure when someone's got something to celebrate, people crowd round that person. I'm sure when someone gives, you know, needs a good kicking, people crowd round that person. And I'm sure when there's someone who likes to sleep with everyone, people crowd round that person. So it's...
Hey, you're in, John.
It's more than a restaurant. This business is a family.
No, Chloe's left.
And my challenge to you, who listen guys, listen, I'll be honest with you. Someone said to me the other day something that really, because I'm an emotional character, and it really upset me. I did the old sign off, And someone said to me, Kane, was that alright for you? I was like, yeah. That person said to me, well, I heard that you hated coming to Cheshire Rose. You really didn't like the store. And I was like, that's not true. That is so not true. You know, in my humble opinion, I'm a humble person. Your store is a fantastic store. You've got a great bunch of managers now. You are great individuals who are doing what you need to do. The product is always right. Your gem is probably in the top 5 in the company. You have minimal complaints. You have tons of compliments. You're doing a fantastic job. And I really, really hope to God that tonight you go out and you have a great time. And you get, no, seriously, I hope you go out and you get drunk as a skunk and have a great time. I hope no one falls out or no one's late for work or anything like that tomorrow, but I hope you go out. I hope you go out and you have a great time because you know you deserve it and you are a different class. And you know what, as I said, I don't say this to every store that I've got because I'm not proud of every store that I've got, but I'm proud to be your DO, so you know, from my opinion, a big thank you from me. You know why we're doing it in these stripes, you're doing it already, carry on doing what you're doing and always choose the right attitude. Alright? If anyone's got any questions while I'm up here, or I'm here today, come and give me a shout because I'm an open character, give me a shout. While I'm here?
You coming to the stuff later?
No, if I come to your night, not only will I show these numpties how to dance, that's the managers. But no, I'd have to go to every one of them, and I'll be an alcoholic by a year, so.
I'm an alcoholic now. It's a good life.
Anything else? Good.
Thank you.
We're having vouchers tonight. If you have a double vodka, that's one voucher.
Not the straight answer yet.
What I do know is because there's not as many of you, there's more to spend in this. Yeah. Alright, thanks guys.
What we're going to do is, it's hard to recognise everybody because I want to recognise every single person here, and we've got the certificates and everything to give you in a while, but what I've asked my back of house team, the front of house team, and of course like Ness, is to actually try and recognise 3 special people today we want to class as our own shining stars in the restaurant. We know that we do back of the house of the month, and it's really good, the chef of the month, and it's something that we're going to continue doing. You know, I think it'd be nice to do double the month as well. This is like competition. I think it's nice to recognise people. We'll continue giving the bottles of champagne for the compliments because I think that's phenomenal. Yeah, let's have, because if you notice, I've put a couple of pictures in the toilet area because there's just like walls there, which is good for like recognition and I mean, you know what I'm like with it. If I see a spare wall, it's like, oh, let's fill in. We do need to. we do need to find room for your presentations I've done today because we're going to get them and we're going to live and breathe them. What we're going to do. Yeah. We've got a big car park.
Tomorrow, and he'll be there with the plaster.
Painted it. Say, Richard, will you stop with me while I paint it?
No one can go in the building until it's dry.
So if we go over to Heather, and Heather's got somebody that she wants to recognise.
Okay, so when we were all discussing who we should recognise, there was quite a few arguments because I wanted every single person to be recognised. But the one that really stood out, especially to me, was a person who I felt really bought into Any Stripes, even though I probably didn't think that person would have. You know, the passion and the drive and the determination of that person just moves me really to the fact that when same as with Kane, when I was doing my MIT, and I've told you all, I had some horror stories coming over here, and I thought to myself, I had the emotional mindset that when I come in, I'd have to be like this hard brute, and I'd be like this really hard person, and you know what, it's nothing like that at all, and it is a family, and it's so hard to recognise one person out of the whole of the team, but this person, just to me, just stands out like a sore thumb, but every single person in the kitchen I would love to recognise you, but obviously we're talking about one person at the moment. Chef of the Month will be announced later before anyone goes with Chef of the Month. I see them all looking at me. But I personally, for me and the rest of the management team, I would love to thank Mr. Paul Stokes.
Drinks on you then, Stokes.
Just like Heather said, you know, I wish that I could recognise each and every one of you guys, because I'm so proud of all of you. But this one particular person, I've just seen such a change in their attitude. Like even when I started working at Cheshire Oaks in December, I've seen this person shine through each month. They're so passionate about what they do in work. You know, they really care for the place and they always want to make sure things are right. The guests absolutely love this person. I mean, I was getting my hair done about 2 months ago, and the girl who does my hair knows this person, and we're sat there, blah, 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 and she goes, you know what, she goes, a customer come in the other day and said, oh, I went to TGI Fridays, food was absolutely fantastic, service, outstanding, but the waitress was phenomenal, and she said that they were going to go back there just because of this person, and I was just wowed about it. But don't get me wrong, right, this person, hair, mouth, can piss people off. Kelly! Guys, everyone loves her, and Kelly, it's you.
Kelly, you P45.
No, it's in the letter.
Right guys, it's going to sound like an old record, but same thing. You know, this process has been a very long and trying time, but you've all come through it with fantastic results. The store has changed so much in the last 12 months since I've been there. It's been a pleasure to work with you all. Wish I could recognise you all, but the person that I've got to recognise today is a fairly recent team member, not been with us all too long. I'm sure Kelly and Karina are going to work their magic and whip this person into shape and get them working exactly how they want them to work for them. So no further to do, this person absolutely shines for all of us as a management team. I'd like to recognise Richard. Fantastic. Yeah. This person has had fantastic results in the fact that they have recently changed departments. Yeah, they're doing fantastically well, great scores on all their tests, great general results, great compliments to head office, and has recently received a second one in the last few weeks. So I'd like to recognise Tom.
That was dead emotional, guys. That was proper like...
It was, wasn't it?
Honestly, did you hear my voice go? I was like,
That's later. Just spoilt it now, I did say it myself before.
So you'll
Right guys, we're going to celebration.
right guys, I'm going to call your names out. And I want you to stand, when I call you out, I want you to stand in order, nicely in a line. Okay, so it's going to be front of house first. Front of house, please. Right, so we've got Kath, James, Andres, Jess, Tom, Ed, Lucas, Kelly, Daniel, Karina, Karen, Rory, Nikki, Jenna, Richard, Jen, Casey, Stewie, and Lauren. Ready? Yeah?
What are you doing now? Poke in the eye. Congratulations, Steve. Bang!
What is it?
Back goes the
Remember, Andreas, just remember.
Chocolate is strategy in the bag. You have to strategy in the bag.
No, it's we're not hats. I thought we'd have graduation, but that's so good.
I never meant to use these.
I'd like to thank all those people. When the greatness of the boss.
Looks nice.
Cheers, thank you.
Jenna can't see yet.
Complete silence.
No, this is taking a while.
Go ahead, Andreas.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah. How did you get it?
Jenna can't see you tonight.
To make up numbers.
Come on, Lou. You got these braces.
Yeah, that's it.
Looks hard. Guys, you have to make a crossing dance in the lighting though.
And Miss Butler!
Hey, they're getting braces. What? We're going to wait for braces?
Now you got to let
That shine that goes down your back. Any order.
like Danny's mother dressing. Oh, come on now.